Inc. is a family-owned dumpster rental business located in Stanhope, New Jersey that's been around since 1984. We provide prompt, quality service at a reasonable price for our New Jersey customers, whom we consider our family. We don't just take out the trash. Montella Inc. is a full-service waste management company servicing demolition sites, construction projects, factory sites, shopping centers, commercial businesses, and homeowners. Call today at 973-927-2232. Watching your loved one play high school sports is a special time in their life you don't want to regret missing. If you're not present for these events due to drinking, misusing medication, or lost control using drugs recreationally, the team at Recovery Centers of America can help. My name is Don, and I'm a treatment advocate for RCA, and I stopped drinking 30 years ago. If I can do it, so can you. Muster up the courage and call me anytime, even in the middle of the night, at 973-722-4720 for a confidential conversation so we can get you back in the stands where you belong. Concerned family members can also call me. Again, any conversation will be absolutely discreet. I am here for you. Just pick up the phone.
My room is so cold, my fish froze.
Mine's so hot, my sneakers melted.
Rooms with different temperatures? That means your HVAC system is outdated and wasting energy. At ICS, we'll install an energy-efficient system that provides a constant flow of clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature in every room. You could save money each month, and the price we quote is the price you'll pay. Get a quote today. See why we say ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
Morris Sussex Sports has a big goal we want to ask your help in achieving. One of the most popular things we do is publish digital trading cards of athletes. We feel strongly that high school athletes are one of the most important parts of our community, and the trading cards allow us to recognize and celebrate as many athletes as possible. So, we have a lofty mission to create a trading card for every single athlete that wears a sports jersey in the Morris Sussex area. But to do that, we need more local businesses that want to help us by sponsoring these trading cards. This is a great way for a business to endear themselves to the communities they do business in. And not only would their business be featured prominently as a sponsor of a new scholar athlete every week, we also advertise them across our social media, our website, and our game broadcasts. And we get over 4 million views a week, 80% of whom are adults 35 to 65. There is no other publication or media company that has even close to that reach in this region. So if you know of a local business that loves to support the scholar athletes in their town or their surrounding area and would benefit from the exposure we would bring, please send them our way. Just call or text 973-713-5944 or email george@morrissussexsports.com.
to be deathly afraid of public speaking. I intentionally became an adjunct professor teaching tax, and I also became a Zumba instructor as a way of overcoming this fear of mine. They're both forms of leading and teaching in their own right. Bottom line though, WISP supports my passions. I truly believe that WISP wants me to be the best version of myself, and it's such an amazing feeling that I truly have the freedom to do that here.
Welcome to the arena.
Is it time for you to replace your roof? Well, give Hadco Builders in Chester, New Jersey a call. They've built an amazing reputation over the past 30 years as one of New Jersey's top builders. Hadco will replace your roof the right way at a super fair price and usually get the job done by the time you come home from work. Call or text Tony to get a quote today at 973-818-8516 or visit them at hadcobuilders.com. Sussex Meatpacking in Wharton, New Jersey is a family-owned and operated business specializing in USDA prime and choice meats, pork, poultry, lamb, veal, and many other store-made specialty items. They also have a fantastic deli, a wonderful market with all the freshest fruits, veggies, and pre-made meals, and they can cater any event, including your family holiday dinners, more delicious than you can on your own. Visit them at sussexmeat.com.
Huh.
Hey, don't you just love it when more Sussex Sports broadcast your games? Or do you prefer a silent, motion-detecting camera just following the movement on the court? Let's face it, the only real way to watch your favorite team is through Morris Sussex Sports' award-winning service that brings you play-by-play commentary, live instant replays, cool cinematic graphics, real-time scoreboard, fun fan engagement, and much, much more. Plus, all of our broadcasts are free to watch. Grandparents can easily pull it up on their smart TVs, and alumni can watch from all over the world. So, if you want to reserve us, have your games broadcasted the Morris Sussex Sports way, then just reach out to me, George Muha, at george@morrissussexsports.com, or call or text me at 973-713-5944.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage, Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
I enjoy helping nonprofits achieve their goals and really accomplish their mission, namely by nurturing my relationship with them, their staff, their donors, their volunteers, and their board members. I think the key to being trusted is really transparency. What I've seen time and time again is that when you give anything the right conditions, the support, the autonomy, trust, your full attention, it will thrive. This is as true for my clients and for my colleagues as it is for myself here at WISP.
Me in this game, we got big plans. Overcoming every challenge. And right now, that means
goal. We reset, and TJ Santata has it for the Vikings. Santata brings it right past two defenders. Look at this speed in the open ice. Santata, great stick handling, great shot. Here's Carlotti, the end zone. It is caught. Charge. Look for the pass. Here's a shot right in front. Score!
And that is a base hit. The run will score. And
Freshman Polachek gets the strike.
Anthony Grosso is going to make sure that the Wolfpack fans go home happy.
Grosso for three. He got it! Ah!
Number 19, Hannah Anakin. Number 21, Danielle Marino. Number 22, Courtney Root. And in goal for both teams, Arden Leffert for the Morris Elite. And Caitlin Murphy for the AC Connecticut. Good luck to both teams.
Here at Frederick Douglass Field, Nick Carlson here with Morris Sussex Sports. The Morris Elite taking on ACC Connecticut in a conference game. Morris Elite coming off of a huge first game victory in their debut here at home in Rutgers Newark Frederick Douglass Field. They won 6-1, a pair of goals coming from Melina Rabimbis as well as Sam Kroger, who came off the bench in the second half and notched the two goals pretty early. So Kroger had the two, and then Rabimbis had two. Claire Manning got involved as well, and then Vargas, who is not playing today. So definitely a player who had the goal is not here, but you've got the three others who have also had the goals, and you've added a lot of other girls too. For the ones who aren't here, Wrigley, as I talked about in the last broadcast, not here. She's currently dealing with a heel injury, just kind of resting it off. Expect to see her back at some point in the middle of the season or so, but regardless, 30 seconds through, and ACC Connecticut starting out with the ball. Morris Elite trying to kind of notch back and maybe another 6-goal game for them, but it's going to be Rabimbis holding on to the ball, and now Cavalier. Cavalier did not start in the last game. She is starting in this game as Barino with it, and a ball that just flutters out of bounds. So the starting lineups for this one, as discussed in the pregame, Lembrick still in net. She was phenomenal in the last game. Had a pair of a bunch of saves, and then a penalty shot where she saved it off of her foot, but just couldn't save the second one. But still, very, very difficult shots that she had to save, and she saved 99% of them. That 6-1 game, largely on her shoulders, was Arden Lembrick, who was very good in the net. A lot of it is also credit to some of the other goal scorers, but Morris Elite winning that game 6-1. They face an AC Connecticut team who is 4-5-2 in the conference last year. Sat at that 5 spot. Morris Elite at that 1 spot. Manhattan, who they played on Wednesday, was at the 6 spot. So two teams of definitely the same skill set, of Morris Elite sitting at that top, looking to keep their spot at the top as they're 1-0, as the ball punched up and Barino just plays it back now over to Root. Olivia Redden in the game as well. Didn't start in the last game. Out of Fordham in her career, no goals and 2 assists. Plays at that D line. And that's her bumping one over, finding a cutting Kroger just a little too far out of her reach. Now over to the other way comes Duchitz. Duchitz over into the corner, and ball that gets punched away. Duchitz out of Marist. 2 goals and 4 assists in her career to her name. Had a number change today, was number 4 on Wednesday, now 12. Most of the starters still remain where they are. Rabimbis plays that middle as a whistle blows. A foul in the center of the field at around there. Free kick coming. Rabimbis seems like she's going to be the one to kick it. as she collects it. Rabimbis coming out of Rutgers Prep. Only in high school, and it's going to be Olivia Redden, the one to do the free kick. So everybody lines up on that left side. Kroger heads there, Rabimbis as well. And then now the kick. Fires one up towards a header. Not good, but now over into the box still, and finally kicked away to the left of the flag. So a throw in coming. Gallagher was in the vicinity of it, as well as Anderkin. Just none of them could get a foot on it. Tried for the header up above, but on the other side of the ball for AC Connecticut, you've got Caitlin Murphy in net. In her starts, at least last season alone, she was pretty phenomenal in net. 9 games played, she had 33 saves and 9 goals allowed. A 78% percentage, but only 1.1 goals against a game. So someone who could definitely do a lot as the whistle blows, and Barino looked to have just kind of ran in full with a full head of steam. As now in the center. Rabimbis the closest, as well as Kroger. Free kick coming at the center, 4 minutes through. Kroger and Rabimbis, you'd have to expect, are going to kind of hug that center as the forwards, as the free kick sent in and now headed over. Manning didn't start the last game. Now she's in the game. Now up to Gallagher. Gallagher pushing over, now finds Anderkin. And then pushes back, trying to set up Rabimbis, but a little too far out of her reach. And 4.5 through. It's been for the majority all Morris Elite in this one. Neither goalie has had to make a save, but that free kick earlier put Murphy under a little bit of pressure. Lembrick hasn't really had to face a shot even in the vicinity of her. As Lembrick, in her 2021 season in college at Mount St. Mary's, 87 saves and a 78% career save percentage to go along with 1.73 goals against average. So a phenomenal 2021 season for her as a ball that bounces over the head of Henna Anderkin and out of bounds. So it's going to be AC Connecticut's ball. As it seems like as Rabimbis is signaling for everybody to kind of come over, that they're going to press, and that's what they do. So Kroger comes up, makes a little bit of an impact there as a ball that gets fluttered out of bounds. Mingachos was the one who had it. She ended up losing it, but as now a ball punched up and back over towards the keeper, Caitlin Murphy. Didn't really have to do much of anything. As the reserves coming in for this one, Maria Orozco, the one who started last game, is on the bench. Then you've got Amanda Martino and Ashley Martino, the two sisters, and then Juliana Osterman and Natalia Gallo as well. Expect to see them, the game changers, coming in. But for right now, these are our starters. As up ahead with it is Carlos. Now to DePronio, and now into the box. A shot high, just over the net. Had an opportunity there. Did Connecticut inside the box. Just able to slip past Gallagher. First real good opportunity here coming from AC Connecticut. So the first shot that Lembrick had to face was a scary one. It was one that just kind of vaulted over the top of the crossbar. Lembrick's going to have a goal kick here, and she boots one all the way up. Not going to get to the center line, but it's headed back. Now AC Connecticut's still with it. Now over, up ahead, Rabimbis. Rabimbis makes a couple moves. Now in center. She's got bodies in front of her. Rabimbis fires a shot up and ends up over in the hand of Duschitz. She ended up losing it as now it goes over to center. Rabimbis ends up back with it. It's got Anderkin to her right. She fires one up, ends up in Kroger. Kroger looks to her right, finds Duschitz, and she has got to range it down. Duschitz working on in the corner, ended up losing it. Now getting it away, it finds Barino. Barino winds up, fires. Kroger off the foot, finds a cutter. Now Manning does a little bit of a spin, lost it for a sec. Now in the box, a scramble for it, and finally AC Connecticut able to retake as Duschitz ends up just coming up with Rabimbis fires a shot. Kroger gets a foot on it, still in the box. And now finally AC Connecticut just trying to get it away. Kroger comes up with it. Now Cavalier punches one back towards the box, and a hectic possession there. AC Connecticut just could not get it away. Those 4 defenders, they come out in a 1-5-4. As now a ball up ahead. Just a little too far out of the reach is Carlos, as now Duchitz comes up with it. Duchitz up to Manning. Manning working to the side now, Anakin. As whistles blow and an offsides call over on Anakin. A little bit of a late call there. But Hannah Anakin goes to Bucknell. Some key stats to look at, as I talked about earlier in the broadcast. Kroger coming off the 2-goal game. Rembimbis with 2 goals as well. And then you had Claire Manning at the same time in Vargas. So a lot of goal scorers in the last game. It took to about the 15-minute mark before we finally got our first goal. So potentially 7 minutes away from a potential goal if we stick on that same game script as that first one. Gallagher. Up ahead, and now they play it back. They look towards Lembrick. Don't go that way, though. As Redden touched the ball a lot in the first couple of minutes. Finally, the first time we're calling her name. As Rembimbis tries to set up Duchitz. Duchitz on the corner, sends over a cutter. Kroger collects it, and then a ball punched out. Rembimbis sets it up now for Cavalier, and a shot saved away, but couldn't collect it as now Kroger comes up, and finally Murphy jumps on it. So bounced off of her hand a little weird, and then had to almost exit the box. Kroger coming very fast, ready to bury it, but Murphy just a little too fast. As Kroger, who plays for Rutgers, made it to the Final Four, can also solve a Rubik's Cube. And 9:45 through. Gallagher's just going to let that one go over for Root. And they'll reset up shop here. But just remember that the Morris Elite Cup is back for 2023 in registration. It does end on June 5th with games kicking off on June 24th. And you can register today. It's all U18 or U8 to U18 boys and girls. So register today for that June 24th, 25th game kickoff as Kroger now with it. Does a couple moves and ball that just flutters back out. It's going to be AC Connecticut's ball. Rembimbis wanted a different call there, it seems like, but it's going to be AC Connecticut's ball. Now, ball set in. DePronio punches one up. Sutter as well getting involved, and they'll just play it back. A lot of press from Morris Elite. I talked to the coaches, Steph Savino and Scott Maloney. They said they feel comfortable with pressing. We're seeing a lot of it here, 10:55 through. As now ball just punched out. A little bit of a dump and chase. Duchitz doesn't really collect after it. As Rembimbis, Gatorade Player of the Year 2022, had 2 goals. Definitely a key player, Anakin as well. Duchitz getting involved at the same time, 2 goals and 4 assists. Now here comes DePronio. Inside the box, does a couple of moves, ended up losing it for a second. Tried to do a little bit of a kick, but a great play as a potential corner kick is coming, and it will.
KK, you go. Reese, Maddie, stay. Jenna, you stay.
A great play by Courtney Root out of Columbia. Just had to step in front of DePronio and kind of just send it away. It seemed like DePronio fell when she was kicking it. Not sure if she kind of got a foot on it to send it or whatever the case will be, but it's going to be AC Connecticut coming here with the corner kick, the first corner kick we're seeing in this one. The kick a little low, now kicked up in the air and over the crossbars. Lembrick kind of just stopped and watched it, realizing it had no chance. So Lembrick's going to have a goal kick coming. Redden sets it up and looking towards Duchitz and gets it that way. Duchitz moving quickly up ahead down the right side and now puts one in for Anakin. Cavalier collects it now up to Manning. Manning had a goal in the last game. She moves up down the right side. Now goes to Duchitz. A crosser over. Anakin waiting, heads it up behind her, but Rabimbas tries to track it down. Anakin follows just at the line. Gets it. It's going to stay with Morris Elite. As Rabimbas, a bunch of moves and loses it as that ball goes down the line. So a throw-in coming here for Rabimbas. Some of the subs for AC Connecticut. Not as many subs coming in as Morris Elite. Caroline Dixon, Emma Perotti, Catherine Brogno, and Ruby Casey highlight the subs. So that's only 4 subs for AC Connecticut. Make it 6 for Morris Elite. But Rabimbas punches one up, finds Kroger. Kroger over to Cavalier, and it gets sent away. Gallagher trying to keep it in. DePranio trying to get a foot on it, and Rabimbas ends up back with it. Rabimbas working to her left, fires across her. Anakin took a fall. No whistle. AC Connecticut trying to get rid of it. No clear yet, and finally they send it up. Gallagher tries to get a foot on it, and that ball rolls out of bounds. Slashed off Gallagher. Throwing coming here for AC Connecticut. As 2 girls, Courtney Root, Sophia Cavalier, both go to Columbia. Have 3 girls on Loyola, Maryland as well. So some teammates here and there. Then just to list off some of the other colleges, you've got Mount St. Mary. That's where Lembrick is. Marist as well for Duschitz. Georgetown, Claire Manning. And Bucknell for Henna Andekin. So a lot of different colleges. The good majority of them have probably played each other at some point here and there as Lembrick sets inside the box and fires his shot all the way over.
Well done.
Now with it. Firing a shot. Mangachos, and Lembrick just has to push it down. So her first technically save that she's had to make. She's faced a ton of balls that have gone over the crossbar. But the first one that she's really had to grab with her own hands and bat down. As Lembrick looking to wind up, and she does. She kicks it all the way to the line at center. Manning gets it and now sends it back. Morris Elite look to see what they do next. Now over to center and a ball that goes out. So just inside the offensive zone, a throw-in coming here. Barino out of Siena is going to be the one to throw it, and she does. It's just going to be a turnover. AC Connecticut's going to come up with it. Mangachos back with it. Duschitz presses. Mangachos gets it away. And then now Carlos. Murphy boots one away. Murphy as well, as besides that one opportunity here, 16 minutes through, has not had to face a lot. The majority of it has been in the center, where the majority of the action as well as the offensive zone for the Elite is now Duschitz on the run over inside the box, and she's just going to let it go. A little too far out of her reach. Manning almost set it perfectly. You had Kroger, Rabimbas, and Andekin as well coming. Could have been a good opportunity, but 15, 16 minutes through, that's where we saw the first goal be scored by Rabimbas. Different game here. AC Connecticut doing a good job of limiting Morris Elite from getting inside the box. As Cavalier able to get a foot on it, takes a fall. No whistle. Cavalier wanted a whistle. As now Gallagher will set on the far side line and punches one up. Andekin lost it out of bounds. So a surprising no whistle there. Cavalier looks like she got pushed by Anna Carlos. But it's going to be AC Connecticut ball as they look ahead. Duschitz almost intercepts the pass, couldn't get a foot on it, and then now over on the near side, here come AC Connecticut. Redden steps in front of a pass, sets it up for Cavalier. Cavalier up to Kruger. Kruger kind of played it off her foot a little wonky, and now up to Duschitz. Duschitz working in the corner, finds Kroger. Kroger, she's got an angle, fires a shot, it gets pushed away, and then Manning tries to set it inside the center. Duschitz ranging down once again all the way into the corner, stops by the flag, dancing around, And then that goes back to Manning. Manning, the crosser, inside. Connecticut pushes it away. Rabimbas couldn't get a hand on it. And now Gallagher. Moving up ahead, looking for Rabimbas. Rabimbas wasn't ready. AC Connecticut electing to just play a short game, and now here we come for AC Connecticut. 18:05 left to go. Cascone with it. And just played back. AC Connecticut struggling for the majority to really get anywhere near the box. AC Connecticut's done a good job of getting to that center line, but from there on out, it's been all Morris Elite 18 minutes through as a ball set out. Lembrick looks to collect it. And just outside the box, Lembrick sets up for Root. And then goes to Redden. Courtney Root, no goals and no assists in her college career. Plays that D-line. And Rabimbas looking to work around. Now spits one out again. Andikin a little too far out of her reach. That's been the story of this first 19 minutes. Just ball's a little too far out of the reach. Ducic has been set up good. Andikin as well. Kroger at the same time, just a little too far. You got to think in this second half, if they start to time up those passes, that's when the goals get scored. As Manning makes a couple moves, now fires one up. Rabimbas. And AC Connecticut able to get a hand on it, as now Carlos trying to chase it down. Now over Barrino. And back over to center. Sahiro with it. Sahiro, who plays in that forward position, haven't seen her with the ball all that much. The lone midfielder in that 1-5-4 formation. As Root punches one off of her head, Rabimbas kicks it over to Andikin. Andikin now moving on the far side, looking for somewhere to go, sends over a crosser, and stepping in front are some defenders for AC Connecticut as Manning tries to track it down. Dennis, the one who got a foot on it, as now a shot comes in off the chest of Murphy. Mingacho's the one who sets it up inside the box. Now here come AC Connecticut, but Gallagher kind of gets a body in front and a beautiful play there. Rode the line, no whistle blown for out of bounds or a foul as Andikin punches one in towards Rabimbas. Kroger collects, and now Manning. Manning up to Cavalier. Now over to Barrino. It's been a lot of Cavalier, Barrino, and Manning setting back and forth. Gallagher's getting involved as well. Trying to see what Andikin, Rabimbas, Kroger, and Ducic can do. We saw a lot of Ducic in that first 10 minutes, just trying to set her up. Since then, it's been a little bit more Andikin and Rabimbas. Kroger's gotten involved as well as AC Connecticut fires one up. Barrino's waiting for it. Hits her in the chest, takes a little bit of a fall. Now here comes Barrino. Up ahead, trying to find Kroger. It's a ball that gets over. Murphy ranges over, and Andikin just a couple steps too slow on that one. Murphy has looked good so far. A little bit of control issues, if anything, in terms of trying to just catch it. As Murphy played in those 9 games, and Ducic wasn't ready for the pass there. Got Carly Martin as well. Natalie Keichner. Carly Martin had 4 goals against and 2 saves, and Keichner at the same time 2 goals against and 1 save. So Caitlin Murphy's the one who's been tasked to do it all, especially last year. This year, in their first game of the season, she's being tasked to do around the same as Lenbrick. Sees a shot that just goes right into her chest for her second save. 22 minutes through. There was a possession bar. It would favor Morris Elite as Ducic takes it off her knee, and now over to the side it goes. Sutter the one who had it, and now back over to Barrino. Barrino moving on the near side, gets one over, punched away, a turnover for Morris Elite. Now Connecticut trying to get something going with it. And a ball that just bends up back over towards the center. AC Connecticut. It almost feels like, I wouldn't say looks gassed, but 22 minutes through, they definitely look a lot more tired than Morris Elite as Andekin. At the top of the box, looks toward Rabimbis, fires up a shot, still headed in the air. Duchitz heads one back. Now Manning back over Rabimbis. Rabimbis working up, lost it for a second. Now takes a step in front of it again. Barino over to Cavalier, and they'll just play it back. So Redden points to the side and then goes that way. Lembrick giving call-outs as well. As now Andekin does a couple of moves. Now working on Dennis, and a ball that flutters out. A throw in coming. She looks towards Kroger. Now sets it in for Rabimbis. Rabimbis inside the box. A bunch of moves from her, working with the left. Now fires up one over the head of Murphy and over the head of Duchitz as well. So it should be a throw-in coming from AC Connecticut. Everybody's going to look to press. As I talked about, Morris Elite not afraid to press. They pressed well in the last game against Manhattan. A huge reason as to why they had those 6 goals. 4 of them were open net goals, to say the least. Kyla Holmes for Manhattan ran into a lot of problems. Bombarded by the offense that Morris Elite runs. As Manning at the center. Looks over to Duchitz. She stops it. Now working on the side. Over one. Punches one up. Headed up in the air. Now still with it. Gallagher moves in and it gets punched back out. So a lot of this game has been taking place in the offensive zone. Just on that line as whistle blows for offsides. If there was possession right now, at least keeping stats-wise, it would favor Morris Elite, I would say probably 80%. As AC Connecticut has done a lot at center, as Redden takes it in front and then sends it back. Root steps on the ball and falls and just gives it back to Lembrick. So 25 through. And 20 minutes left to go. As now Root working towards the line and now gets it up. Gallagher trying to recollect it. Now down the line. Carlos now takes a step on the ball. And then now up ahead. Cascone with it. You've got Cascone, Carlos, and Mingachos. Mullen, Mangacho, Sutter, and Sansoni all in that defensive spot. And then DePronio, Cascone, Carlos Dennis, and Dente riding in that 5. And then Sahirol as well in that forward spot. And then if you're looking at the formations as well, it's going to be Kroger, Duchitz, Rabimbis, and Andekin as well in the forward. And then Manning and Cavalier have done a good job of setting so far. As Rabimbis fires a shot, just misses right. Rabimbis time and time again has been in the positions. 26-36 through. She did have 2 of those goals. Kroger at the same time, 2 of those goals came in the second half. And one of those goals for Kruger was a beautiful move. Just around a couple of defenders, moving with the left and right, and a little bit of a hesitation, and she just fired it with the left. Able to get it to go as Murphy punches one up. And then now back up. Kroger almost stepped in front of the pass, and now here comes Sansone. Duchess takes a step in front. Now Kruger intercepts the pass for Bimbis. Takes a little bit of a fall, goes down, and then now up on the far side. Sahirol working on Cavalier. Sahirol does a couple moves. Now Cavalier takes a fall and whistles blow. Cavalier got in front of Sahirol, and she's not happy with it. It was actually DePronio, the one who had it. as it's Manning. Up ahead, Rabimbis. Now sets up for Manning. Manning, a couple moves, fires a shot, and it goes off the leg of Cascone. A corner kick coming. The first for Morris Elite, make it second in this game, split between the two. We saw 4 early corner kicks from Manhattan, and then Morris Elite started pounding on the corner kicks in the later stages of the game. As you've got the girls set in the middle. Rabimbis fires, looks a little long. The header attempt was no good. It exits the box, ranging over Cavalier and sent out. Trying to avoid another corner kick is AC Connecticut. A throw-in coming. It's going to be Cavalier the one to do it. It's got Gallagher the closest towards her. And then she sends it in for Andikin. Andikin looks over to set, punches one up in the air, now uses with her left, fires up a shot, misses left. A ground ball that just rolled past Murphy. So another corner kick coming, so make it 2 corner kicks here. The first one went over. Rabimbis just trying to put it right in the center. Got Kruger there, Gallagher, Root, Andikin, Manning on the outside as well, as a ball set in a little too far once again. Now headed up, and a beautiful arched shot just off the head. Murphy had to make the save above her head. So she collects another save. Murphy, who has definitely been under a lot more duress than Lembrick. Murphy's done a good job. Score sticks at 0, 29-40 through, and AC Connecticut once again turns it over. As Cascone and Carlos, the ones closest, Duchets, sends it back over to Barrino, and now Barrino punches one to Kroger. Kroger to Duchets, and then now back over to Manning. Manning, Rabimbas, and a good job of passing so far, 30 minutes through. Morris Elite's done a good job of playing keep away. AC Connecticut, it's almost felt like every time they really get to the center, they turn it over. As Andikin. Working through a lot of bodies, now looking for somewhere to go, and sets it back over to safety. Red in there. And now Barrino over to the side. Duchets once again a little too far out of her reach. Now over into the corner, and Duchets ends up just punching it out of bounds on the left side. So Duchets kicks that one out of bounds. It's been a lot of just trying to set up Duchets. She's fast, but some of these balls, some of these girls might think she's a little too fast. Now over into the center to Peronio. Sets it back up. Kroger doing a good job. Steps in front of another pass. A lot of pressing here from this Morris Elite team. Trying to take away those alleyways into the back. Play those safe balls as Cavalier now sets a beautiful play. Jumps up. And then now looking for somewhere to go. Sets it back. Cavalier's got a good amount of accolades to her name. 4 goals and 6 assists in her career over at Columbia. As I talked about, her and Courtney Root are teammates at Columbia. As now Duchess once again, a little too far out of her range, but she recollects it and now moves over. Fires across her, headed away. And AC Connecticut once again doing another good job of keeping them outside the box. Carlos working over Rabimbas. There was a slide tackle, and now Rabimbas holds her leg. As now Manning trying to steal one away, finally does. And now back over to center. Gallagher up to Rabimbas. Rabimbas working with 3 in front of her. Rabimbas now moving to the side once again. Now Kroger ends up with it. Manning up to Kroger. Kroger back to Rabimbas. Lost it for a second. Morris Elite just can't seem to get inside the box right now as Manning a couple moves and finally punch back. Now over to Root in 32 minutes and 40 seconds through. It almost just feels like just waiting for when that Morris Elite goal is going to come. AC Connecticut has not had a shot in over 16 minutes right now. As Barino shoves down Cascone. So you can get your kids into the game with the Morris Elite 2023 summer camps. It's soccer, swim, and goalkeeper technical camp. It all starts in just a few weeks, and you can register today. It starts June 26th to be exact, and you can go to www.morriselitesoccer.com/summer camps for more information. As Mingachos lines up and fires one all the way inside the box, very far and into the hands of Lembrecht. Just had to come up a couple inches or so and collect it as Rabimbis sets it back, and 33-45 through. AC Connecticut back with it, but Anakin coming as well as Kroger, and AC Connecticut just has to send it away as Anakin's on the ground. Whistle blows, and Anakin not happy. Ref pointing at Anakin. It's going to be a whistle blown for the Morris Elite. Mingachos once again is going to have a free kick. She kicked one earlier, looking to set up another one. Mingachos lining it up and fires. A little short. The last one was long. So Rabimba sets it, collects it, and gives it over to Manning. Manning, a couple of moves. Now back to Rabimbis. They have numbers as Rabimbis up ahead. Kroger now. Kroger's got Manning to her left. Goes that way. Finds a cutting Manning. A little too far out of her range. Anakin collects, fires, and scores. Whistle blows, though. At the last second, an offsides call. Anakin with her hands on her face. Can't even believe it. The goal gets wiped off the board. And we stick at 0 as Caitlin Murphy dodges a bullet there. We still stick at 0, 35-10 through an offsides call. Waves off the Anakin goal. So Murphy kicks one up, and definitely a lot of nerves going through her head right now as a goal technically just went in, but just a tad offsides as Rabimbis now sets up again off the pass. Now trying to do something, falls, whistle blows, and be interesting to see if it's going to be a corner kick or what they whistle, and Rabimbis looks headed over there, so it will be a corner kick. Rabimbis has already kicked 2. One was long and one was on the shorter side. So you got to think this one's got to be around just right. Rabimbis raises the hand, fires the shot, perfectly placed and just out of the range of Root. Had an opportunity, didn't lift the foot though. I don't think she thought that ball was even going to make it to her, but once again, Morris Elite knocking on the door. Time and time again over these last couple minutes or so. Murphy's been under a lot. Majority of it has come from Anakin, Rabimbis, Kroger, and Duchitz. As Murphy sets up the goal kick, everybody waiting. Lembrecht has had to make a save or two on the day. As Duchitz takes one off of her foot, Rabimbis ends up with it. Does a couple dance moves. Now looking up, another dance move, fires a shot, and Murphy pushes it off of her gloves. Not sure if it hit her gloves or not, but definitely it missed right. Rabimbis is going to have another corner kick, make it the 4th so far in this half as 37-21 through. Everybody lines up once again. Root had an opportunity before. Rabimbis, now here it comes. The header, everybody misses on it just outside the box. Connecticut able to get a foot on it. Topronio up with it. Cavalier able to get a foot, and she falls. Ball goes out And they're going to say it's AC Connecticut's ball. As well as if it's AC Connecticut's ball and it's going to be Dente the one to throw it in. But the Morris Elite Super Y team is one of the best opportunities to go against some of the top players in the region. You can try out this summer with an opportunity to qualify for the Nationals in Tampa, Florida, and play with the team. 7 minutes left to go in this half as Gallagher able to get a couple bodies to fall. Now goes to Jucic in the corner. Jucic up ahead, working onto the side. And then now a ball that flutters out of bounds. They're going to say last off of Jucic, so it'll be Murphy. Murphy has 3 saves so far in this one. Lembrick, on the other hand, got to think a couple of shots should go her way just so she starts to get warm again. Hasn't faced a lot, specifically in this rainy weather, as Cascone. Now pushes one back up, down the line, not called yet, and finally called. Still at 0. Morris Elite, if you're just joining us now, has had what's felt like double-digit opportunities. AC Connecticut has done a good job of just keeping them away from the net, as Anderkin had technically a goal scored, but just a hair off sides. There's Manning, able to get a foot on it. Now Rabimbis looking back towards Manning and ends up in Barrino, and they'll look for somewhere else to go. Gallagher a couple moves. And now towards the far side, Cavalier getting involved as well. Anderkin tries to set up Cavalier once again, and it flutters down the line and towards center. As just about at that 5-minute mark. Now at 40. 5 minutes left to go as Redden looks towards Anderkin. Now off the chest and now over towards center. Dennis looked like she wasn't even trying to really track it down. As Root working towards the middle and then up ahead. Taking it off her head, kind of weird, was Cavalier. Anderkin and Rabimbis have done a good job of setting up the opportunities. Ducic has been open a lot, but ball is just a little too far out of her reach. Kroger's done a good job defensively, stepping in front of passes. A lot of interceptions so far in this one. As Rabimbis fires a shot to the right and scores. Rabimbis from outside the box. A beautiful play. 41 minutes through. We have a 1-0 game. Melina Rabimbis, a laser from the top of the box. Just a beautiful play just at the top. Just fired, and Murphy was all the way to the left side. Just had to jump all the way to the right, just too far out of her reach. Rabimbis showing off that leg. A beautiful play there. We've got a 1-0 game. 3:30 left to go. Now Anderkin trying to get involved as well. Anderkin, who set up a lot of the goals in that first game, didn't score one. But assist to her name as well, as Lembrick sees his shot and just jumps on it. Credit her with another save. She's been phenomenal in net when it's come down to it, but this defense of Barrino, Redden, Root, and Gallagher also had Corman as well. Corman comes in for Redden. Had Denblaker as well, manning that middle line. So many good defenders, but it's those forwards that really make it work, and basically not even allowing AC Connecticut to get anywhere going with it. Is right on cue. Manning able to get a foot on it up to Kroger, just a little too far out of her reach, and here comes AC Connecticut at center. Now over towards the side, Cascone Over, and a ball played back for Lembrick as she winds up and fires back towards Kroger. Kroger plays it off her foot, and Manning comes up with it. As Claire Manning looking for somewhere to go. This is where Duchitz was earlier. She finds a cutter over for Anderkin. Just bounces off her foot. Weird, and another offsides call for Anderkin. Not sure if it would have amounted to anything. Ball was kind of played off of her foot a little weird. But Anderkin's going to be charged with another offsides. As Claire Manning, who actually set that play up, I was at the practice yesterday, and they had played 2v2s. Claire Manning, the team that she was on, 5 goals came from Claire Manning to go along with a 16 to, I think it was 16 to 8 game. 5 of them charged towards Manning as Rabimbis tries to set one up. Just gets punched all the way back, and Redden calls everyone off and sets it over to Barino. Minute and 15 left to go in this first half. Rabimbis over to Anderkin. Now on sides, now offsides is Anderkin once again, her 3rd offsides call here in 44 minutes through. There's been 3 offsides, and all 3 of them have been charged to Hannah Anderkin. One of them could have made it a 2-0 game, a 1-0 game at the time, but 40 seconds left to go here in this first half. Rabimbis working on Cascone, ends up just getting taken it away, and 30 seconds left here. AC Connecticut trying to get some sort of momentum. Redden now over to Barino, and now Rabimbis. Rabimbis working with the left, gives it over to Gallagher. Gallagher had the ball poked away, and now Connecticut just trying to set up to punch it away. Now ball up. Root gets her foot in front of it and puts her hand up, and whistles blow. It looked to be Dennis, the one who she might have got clipped in the face. Not sure what she was trying to do. She was trying to turn, but definitely she is holding her mouth. As that 45 mark has hit an extra time. Potentially going as Redden winds up and gives it to Manning. Manning now working and then gives it over Duchitz. Lets the ball go through her legs, and Barino in the corner fires up a crosser just off the back. And that is going to do it for the first half. Caitlin Murphy has been under a lot of pressure so far in this one. But 45 minutes through, Duchitz has had a good amount of opportunities. Rabimbis as well. Anderkin, a couple of offsides here and there. But regardless, 1-0, this could definitely be a 2-3-4-0 game. A lot to talk about as we head into halftime for both of the coaches. Regardless, for more Sussex Sports, 15 minutes ago, we'll see you. 45 minutes underway in about 15 right here. I'm Nick Carlson here with more Sussex Sports.
Welcome to the arena.
Sussex Meatpacking in Wharton, New Jersey is a family-owned and operated business specializing in USDA prime and choice meats, pork, poultry, lamb, veal, and many other store-made specialty items. They also have a fantastic deli, a wonderful market with all the freshest fruits, veggies, and pre-made meals, and they can cater any event, including your family holiday dinners, more delicious than you can on your own. Visit them at sussexmeat.com.
WIS gives me the freedom to be entrepreneurial, innovative. I feel supported to bring 100% of myself and my personality to work. each and every day. I'm the CEO of WIS Family Office. I have 2 amazing children. I'm the daughter of French and Italian immigrants. Above all, I'm someone who derives strength and confidence from my ability to connect with others, and I strive to make a difference in their lives.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage. Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
Maximum Health Physical Therapy is an individually owned practice with offices in Bud Lake and Long Valley, New Jersey. Our licensed therapists use hands-on manual therapy and are actively involved in our patients' progress. We use a collaborative team approach which benefits our patients, and we accept most insurance plans, including Medicare. We offer ARPWave neurotherapy, which accelerates healing 10 times faster, drastically decreases chronic pain, is FDA approved, and is covered by most insurance companies. Please visit us at MaximumHealthPT.com and regain the life you love.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Get back the life you love.
Montella Inc. is a family-owned dumpster rental business located in Stanhope, New Jersey that's been around since 1984. We provide prompt quality service at a reasonable price for our New Jersey customers, whom we consider our family. We don't just take out the trash. Montella Inc. is a full-service waste management company servicing demolition sites, construction projects, factory sites, shopping centers, commercial businesses, and homeowners. Call today at 973-927-2232.
Hi, I'm Rob Gusweiler. As the branch manager of our Parsippany location for North Point Bank, I can tell you emphatically that our customers continue to sing our praises. Our community values us as much as we at North Point value our team. Our goal is to always exceed our clients' expectations. If you're just zipping through life and need a helping hand with any of your home buying decisions, please give us a call today.
I was born fast. Parisi made me faster.
I thought I could jump. Parisi brought me to new heights.
I wasn't always quick. Parisi made me lightning fast.
Strength was never my strength. Parisi changed all that.
Watching your loved one play high school sports is a special time in their life you don't want to regret missing. If you're not present for these events due to drinking, misusing medication, or lost control using drugs recreationally, the team at Recovery Centers of America can help. My name is Don, and I'm a treatment advocate for RCA, and I stopped drinking 30 years ago. If I can do it, so can you. Muster up the courage and call me anytime, even in the middle of the night, at 973-722-4720 for a confidential conversation so we can get you back in the stands where you belong. Concerned family members can also call me. Again, any conversation will be absolutely discreet. I am here for you. Just pick up the phone.
I actually used to be deathly afraid of public speaking. I intentionally became an adjunct professor teaching tax, and I also became a Zumba instructor as a way of overcoming this fear of mine. They're both forms of leading and teaching in their own right. Bottom line though, WIS supports my passions. I truly believe that WIS wants me to be the best version of myself, and it's such an amazing feeling that I truly have the freedom to do that here.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
Jen Basilino of the Kosher Real Estate Group, LLC, is a Morris County top real estate agent and New Jersey Circle of Excellence Award winner year over year that takes the time and care to understand your real estate needs and concerns. She's extremely successful in representing clients in selling and purchasing a home, new construction, townhouses, million-dollar homes, rentals, and even commercial properties. Call her today at 973-202-2103. Do your glory days as a high school athlete feel far behind you? Are memories of being out there competing so clear that you can feel it? But then reality sets in and your stiff back, achy knees, and painful shoulders remind you that it's been years or even decades since you could move that way. Don't worry, the team at Better with Physical Therapy's one-on-one customized care can help you feel and move better again. Their specialists will find the cause of what's slowing you down and build a plan that will help you realize that your glory days are still ahead of you. You can get better with Physical Therapy located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at betterwithpt.com.
Choosing a college is a big, big, big deal. But I know I started right because CCM is in the top 2% of community colleges in the nation. And at County College of Morris, I get to choose from over 100 programs. Whether you're just out of high school, like me, exploring career options, like me, or seeking lifelong learning, like me, make CCM your choice, like me. Go big and visit ccm.edu and aspire to be you.
Is so cold, my fish froze.
Mine's so hot, my sneakers melted.
Rooms with different temperatures? That means your HVAC system is outdated and wasting energy. At ICS, we'll install an energy-efficient system that provides a constant flow of clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature in every room. You could save money each month, and the price we quote is the price you'll pay. Get a quote today. See why we say ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
For all of the perks that come with working here, I would say that the most valuable thing WIS offers is freedom. The freedom to make the most of your role, to really go beyond the job description, the freedom to think differently and be rewarded for it, and the freedom to show up as 100% who you are.
George J. Keller & Sons want your house to be the kind of home for all to see. Best roofing, windows, siding too. Great solar and gutters, we're here for you. Our seasoned pros are unsurpassed, so give a call, we'll take your task. Transform your home, that's what we do. So give a call, we're here for you. For roofing, siding, windows and solar, we do it all for you. George J. Keller & Sons.
Your family-owned operation since 1980. Call for your free estimate.
Morris Sussex Sports has a big goal we want to ask your help in achieving. One of the most popular things we do is publish digital trading cards of athletes. We feel strongly that high school athletes are one of the most important parts of our community, and the trading cards allow us to recognize and celebrate as many athletes as possible. So, we have a lofty mission to create a trading card for every single athlete that wears a sports jersey in the Morris Sussex area. But to do that, we need more local businesses that want to help us by sponsoring these trading cards. This is a great way for a business to endear themselves to the communities they do business in. And not only would their business be featured prominently as a sponsor of a new scholar athlete every week, we also advertise them across our social media, our website, and our game broadcasts. And we get over 4 million views a week, 80% of whom are adults 35 to 65. There is no other publication or media company that has even close to that reach in this region. So if you know of a local business that loves to support the scholar athletes in their town or their surrounding area and would benefit from the exposure we would bring, please send them our way. Just call or text 973-713-5944 or email george@morrissussexsports.com. Is it time for you to replace your roof? Well, give Hadco Builders in Chester, New Jersey a call. They've built an amazing reputation over the past 30 years as one of New Jersey's top builders. Hadco will replace your roof the right way at a super fair price and usually get the job done by the time you come home from work. Call or text Tony to get a quote today at 973-818-8516 or visit them at hadcobuilders.com.
Huh.
Back here at Frederick Douglass Field on the campus of Rutgers Newark here at 4:44 p.m. Game kicked off a couple minutes late at about 3:45 or so. The boys game as well for the USL2 plans to kick off at about 6:30, 6:45. So stick around for that one. It's about 1:30 till we get set and underway here in this second half. Melina Rabimbis, the one who scored the only goal of the half, coming at the top of the box. AC Connecticut, if you're just joining us now, was 4-5-2 last year. Morris Elite, on the other hand, at 8-1-3. Dominated, sat at the top, knocked out in the quarterfinals last season. Trying to kind of rewrite it this season. They're on their way to doing that right now. It is only 2 games in, but leading this second game here against AC Connecticut. AC Connecticut has not had a lot of opportunities. Lembrick really has not had to make a lot of saves. In the ones that she has, they haven't really been that difficult. There was the penalty shot in the first game against Manhattan where Lembrick went head on with Valicillo and made the first save but couldn't make the second one. Other than that, really Lembrick hasn't had to do a whole lot in this one. It is a 1-0 game as they're going to flip sides. It's been basically the story of this one. It's been all Rabimbis, Andikin, Duchitz, and Kruger. We've also got Manning setting them up as well. Marino's gotten involved too. Cavalier as well, so that's a huge reason as to why it is 1-0. But with 10 seconds set and about to get underway, just take a time to remember that you can get your kids into the game with the Morris Elite 2023 summer camps, whether it's the soccer, the swim camp. There's also a goalkeeper camp as well. It all starts in just a few weeks. And you can make sure to register today at www.morriselitesoccer.com/summer camps to get your kid involved today. It's about to get set and underway. No reserves in yet as to what it seems. It does look like Juliana Osterman actually will be coming in. So Osterman comes in at the top. Duchitz, Andikin, Kroger as well right there. Rabimbis at the top as well. Got Redden, Manning. And you've still got Lembrick there in number 0. Murphy's going to stick in net as well on that left side. They flip spots, and Murphy goes to where Lembrick was. The majority of the action took place on that far right side, right before the parking lot. That's where Murphy was under fire. Now it's going to flip, and you go back towards the street. Now where Murphy is, that's where Lembrick was. You'd have to expect in that game that Morris Elite played, trying to get that goal differential up. Right now it sits at 5 right now for the Morris Elite in a 6-1 game. Against Manhattan set that up. Now they lead this one 1-0. And then now up with it is Dennis as we're underway in this one.
Good. The seam was there. The seam was there.
Up ahead. Root plays it off of her foot, looks towards Manning and goes that way. Manning skips through a couple, now sets it up. Osterman now getting her first looks in this season. Whistles blow as free kick. Looks like she got bumped as now Rabimbas takes the free kick, moving to her side, gives it over, and the ball that just gets punched away. Andikin, the one who was right there, ends up back over towards Root. Root's done a good job in that defensive role. Redden as well. Redden's done a good job of setting up the offense. Very good defense as well, but as I talked about in that first half, the defense from Root and Redden hasn't really been needed, mostly because of the girls at the top, specifically with Cavalier and Manning. Manning at that center. As now a ball set up ahead. DiPerino with it, but Root ends up just bumping her away and then just recollects it. Now up ahead. Cavalier over to Rabimbas. Rabimbas looking for Kruger, trying to time the run. Up ahead, Kruger ranging down, a slide tackle. No whistle blows, and Murphy jumps on the ball. Kruger got her legs taken out from underneath. There's now a little bit of a limp there from AC Connecticut. Sutter, the one who made the slide tackle, looks to be limping just a little bit. It's actually Mingachos, the one who made the slide tackle. Sutter, the one trying to chase down the ball. She's on that far side of the defense. Mingachos is on that far side, but closer towards the inside of the box in this 1-5-4 that they run. Now up ahead, Osterman gets it out. The defense will reset up shop here. 47-23 played and only 2.5 through as Manning. Now over to Cavalier. And then on the far side. Andikin on that far side in a 47-36. Left to go through, moving inside the box, punches it out to Manning. Manning winds up, fires a shot, and misses right. Murphy watches it go by as the first shot targeted towards the net just misses right. But in this first half, Manning, the first shot. Murphy, 4 saves. Did allow the goal, though. Came from Rabimbas. All the way outside the box. AC Connecticut's done very good at not allowing them in the box. That's why outside the box is where that goal came. As now Duchitz all the way into the corner, looking across it, fires one up and gets punched away. Back out, and we'll have a corner kick coming. Rabimbas goes over to take it. Everyone else moves in the box. This will be the 5th corner kick on the day. None of them besides the ones of Courtney Root where she had an opportunity but just didn't lift up her foot to kick it. Other than that, it's been not a lot happening from the corner kicks. This ball set in, headed up, and over and in. Goal scored finally off the corner kick. 5th time's the charm for Morris Elite. Rabim is credited with the assist. No signal yet on exactly who it was. It was either Andikin or Kroger. But either way, a 2-0 game, 49-09. So 40 minutes left to go. And everybody comes over, Connecticut. With it, but regardless, a beautiful header. It's now up ahead for Cavalier. And then Manning, so we're back to where we started. Basically just Morris Elite dominating in possession. $49-50. And Redden has felt like the point guard in this one, as well as Barino. As the ball set up ahead once again for Andikin. Andikin on the near side, moving up, fires another one inside the box, and Kroger gets a foot on it inside now, just trying to dance around and do something with it. And a crosser set up, and Ducic is there, now up once again, and just a little too far out of position was Osterman as Rabimbis fires a shot and scores. Rabimbis make it 2, and now they're coming in bunches here. 50-28 through, and 2 quick ones here, 5 minutes through. Rabimbis has 2. We saw this in the back half of the second half, where once the goals kind of came, they just poured on from then on out. Morris Elite's done a good job of when the goals come, they just keep them coming. Now over to Redden. Once again, they'll reset up shop. For the majority of the time, it's been set it up for the defense and then see what happens as Rabimbis now with it. Now moving in, looking across once again. Rabimbis fires Murphy off the gloves. Now tries to get it away, and they do. Cavalier sets up at the box, fires a shot, and Murphy picks it up. So Murphy's been under a lot so far, just 6 minutes through. She's been targeted just about every minute or so. A ball has come her way, and a lot of that's credited to Andikin, Rabimbis, Kroger, and Ducic. As Cavalier takes one off the leg, and Connecticut finally really their first real possession. Just not really able to do anything with it. 51-55. And 3-0 game. Manning over to Cavalier, and whistles blow as they're going to say it's a penalty, so a free kick was potentially coming. It's just going to be a free kick as Redden's going to take it all the way up and just punch it out of bounds. So AC Connecticut, who's not so far in this 7-minute mark, been able to really move it across the line, if anything, just get across the line in the game in general. As we're going to have a sub coming here. 52-37 left to go. It's going to be Anna Carlos, the one to take a seat. We're going to have a new one come in here in Ruby Casey. No substitutions for Morris Elite, but 53 minutes and officially 8 minutes through. 2 goals were notched pretty quickly. Rabimbis had 2 goals in that first game. Has 2 goals in this second game. As now Redden. Looking for somewhere to go and then fires it up. Gets it over to Andikin. Andikin, who had those 3 offsides calls earlier, just punches it back over to Cavalier. Andikin technically had one of the goals as Ruby Casey hits the deck in hard. Cavalier stuck out her foot and then is now walking. Cavalier seemed a little confused, not sure if she stuck her foot out, but Ruby Casey basically near face planted into the ground. Gotta hope that she's okay. I don't think that that was intentional or anything from Cavalier, but Ruby Casey gets up just fine. Cavalier was holding her ankle. As now whistles blow once again. So definitely a lot of confusion here. You had Cavalier kind of stick out the foot, almost tripped Ruby Casey, and did by kind of face planting. But Manage is going to reset, and here comes Barino now. Actually, it was Ruda's. Whistles blow again. And Casey's just going to set up the ball here for Dennis. Now off the inbound. Now set up ahead for Kroger. Kroger up ahead and lost the ball out of bounds. 54-57 through. And a 3-0 game. Now off the throwing. Just on that far side. You've had Murphy, who's done a good job when the shots have been sent her way, but some of these shots that these girls have sent her way have just been too difficult to stop. You had Rabimbis on the far side with that first goal, just an absolute laser from the top, and then another one that just pushed the right post, so just out of positioning, and also just these absolute missiles that come in from some of these Morris Elite girls. Had the header as well. As well as the Morris Elite Cup. It's back for 2023, and registration ends June 5th with games kicking off June 24th. You can register today. That's for the U8 and U18 boys and girls. That Morris Elite Cup, it's set for June 24th and June 25th, and you can register you and your team today. You can get involved with Morris Elite. As AC Connecticut punches once again, Anakin last off of her. Anakin could have had a goal in this one, just a little too far outside. Or actually offside. As Cavalier trying to get something going, runs into Casey again, and the one who she just kind of stuck her foot out of. Now behind the foot, over to Casey. Casey takes a little bit of a fall. Now up ahead to Root. And then now back over to the side. Cavalier. Up ahead. Now Rabimbis. Rabimbis on that far side, just a little too far out of the reach of Anakin, who I don't think that she thought it was coming. But it was actually Henna Anderkin, the one who had that second goal. There's a lot of chaos going on inside that box. Look back at it. It was Henna Anderkin, so she gets her first goal of the season. Had the offsides earlier. Could have been 2, but sticks at 1 right now for Henna Anderkin, as now Kroger sets up with it. Duchitz on the far side. Crosses one up. Inside. Anderkin once again. A beautiful assist and a goal from Henna Anderkin. 2 from Anderkin, 2 from Rabimbis. And the forwards are putting on a show here. 57-50 through, and a 4-0 game thanks to Rabimbis and Anderkin. Just a beautiful crossover by Duchitz. If Anderkin did not have that offsides call, she'd have a hat trick in this one. We'd have a 5-0 game. Just a beautiful crossover as now they look back towards Ruby Casey. She ranging all the way over, lost it off of her foot and bouncing out of bounds. Henna Anderkin asked her what her favorite soccer memory was. It was winning the Patriot League. Her also favorite movie is The Godfather, as is a lot of people's. Now Osterman gives it up. Rabimbis back to Osterman. And then now over towards the Steerit. Cavalier up to Anderkin once again, looking for goal number 3 potentially. Moves inside the box. Fires a shot. Saved away by Murphy. Anderkin, a ball headed right for the back of the net, and Murphy gets a hand on it. Corner kick coming. Kroger, Duchitz, Anderkin, Osterman, Redden all make their way inside the net. We could potentially have goal number 3 on the way. You've got Rabimbis at the corner. Anderkin as well. Rabimbis out of Rutgers Prep. Anderkin out of Bucknell. And then lining up and firing the shot. Punched away by Murphy. Still inside the box. Casey's got to get rid of it. And she fires one up for Root as whistles blow. So Ruby Casey, who had just face planted earlier, walking up and fine. She's been having a lot of balls sent her way, trying to set her up. But AC Connecticut really has not had a lot of opportunities, if any at all. Lenbrick has not had to save really anything out of 20 feet or so. And then now up ahead, Root takes one off the head. Now over. Ducic tries to get a hand on it, and Sutter ends up with it. Sutter working around her and pushed up for Casey, but that ball's turned over. Gallagher got a foot on it, and Redden's going to set back up again for Morris Elite before that ball goes out of bounds. Osterman freshly in the game, didn't see her in the first game. Seeing her now in the second game. As a fun fact about Juliana Osterman, her favorite movie is 10 Things I Hate About You, and I watched that movie about 24 hours ago. Very good movie with Heath Ledger. Azra Bimbis up ahead, over to Ducic. Ranging over is Mangachos, and they'll just set it back for Murphy. Murphy's allowed 4 goals in this one. Make it a 4-0 game. Got a couple of saves to her name as well. Just had to face a lot of shots. You knew in that first half, it was only a 1-0 game. You knew some of them were going to start to pile on at some point. Morris Elite just giving the defense all of the works. Cavaliers going to have a throw in here. As you'd expect that some of the girls to come in, like Amanda Martino and Ashley Martino, the two sisters. To Talia Gallo as well. Maria Roscoe played a lot in that first game. Is a reserve today. You don't have Gorman, you don't have Denblaker. Is now Manning. Sets over to Osterman. Osterman moving at the center line. Up. Casey following just behind. Ducic once again had an assist earlier. Inside the box. Looking. Fires. Crosses. And a ball that gets pushed away. No signal yet on if it's a corner. But we're going to have a sub coming in. It's Ashley Martino, the one who is set to come in. Ducic looks like she's heading over to the bench. So if that's the case, Ducic is going to be done for the day. Had a great assist earlier. And she makes herself all the way over towards the bench as Ashley Martino, sister of Amanda Martino, is going to be the one to come in, and a goal kick coming. So they're going to say it was last off of the Elite. And Murphy's going to have another goal kick here, 63-04 through, and about 25 minutes left here to go. And running out of time is AC Connecticut, who is yet to really mount a good opportunity. As Redden takes a fall, Casey ends up with it. Now moving quickly, a 3-on-3. Casey up ahead, Cascone does a couple moves, and a beautiful play by Cavalier. Gets her foot in front of it, and then sets it up now for Anderkin. Anderkin over to Osterman. Osterman moving quickly. Up ahead, being pushed from behind. Now goes over towards the side. Kruger does a couple of moves. We saw that move earlier where she went right to left. Just kind of couldn't get it around her as that ball goes off of Kruger, and we're going to have a throw-in coming here as potentially another sub coming. It's going to be Caroline Dixon coming in. No signal yet on who it's going to be. Looks to be Sansone. So they're going to take out Sansone. They're going to bring in Caroline Dixon. (64-22) through. We'll have a throw-in coming as well. And just to let everybody know, watching the Morris Elite Super Y tryouts, It's one of the best opportunities to go against some of the top players in the region, and you can try out this summer with an opportunity to qualify for nationals in Tampa, Florida, as well as being a part of the Morris Elite. As Manning takes a pass, now sets up for Cavaliers. She's wide open on the near side. Moves around Rabimbis at the center. A couple moves, now a couple more moves. A beautiful play, and just kind of set up back and kicked out of bounds. Rabimbis with a lot of moves through her feet. Tried to set up in the middle of the box, but a lot of AC Connecticut defenders there. Sutter was the one on her in the middle. We're going to have a kick coming here. Free kick coming inside the box. Murphy stands and watches. Has allowed 4 goals in this one. And Manning over to Anakin. Now over towards the center and punched back up. The header was missed, and Anakin ends up back with it. She plays it off of her right and then now moves over. Pushing towards the box, kind of getting double teamed, and now off of AC Connecticut, a throw-in coming here for Anakin. Now ball set in. Osterman takes it, now back over, and an almost beautiful play for Martino. Rabimbis set her up perfectly, but just able to get a foot on it was Sutter. Is now back over to Kruger, and Kruger up to Rabimbis. Rabimbis, a couple more moves, takes it off of her foot, fires a shot, and Murphy a little too far out of her reach, but it misses the post right. Murphy has dodged a lot of bullets in this one, whether they've missed right or whether offsides were called. Definitely a 4-0 game. It could be on the outskirts of 6 or 7. 66-37 through. Lembrick really hasn't had to do a lot. There's been a couple of saves here and there, but this team's been phenomenal so far as Rabimbis steps in front, and Murphy kind of going in circles there to get rid of it. Rabimbis jumped on top of her, but a goal kick coming here for Morris Elite. It's been all press so far. You've seen a lot of those 4 girls at the top just kind of manning the defense, and they stick on the defenders behind as well, so you can't allow that pass back. Ball set up ahead for Ruby Casey. Now ends up over an Anakin off of a couple feet. Anakin with it, moving inside the box. Pushes up and now off of a defender. No signal yet, and it's going to potentially be a corner kick as Rabimbis is going to head over there. So it's going to be the 6th corner kick coming as AC Connecticut pulls some defenders outside the box. So they move up to guard Anakin. Anakin now moves into the box. Rabimbis already has 2 goals. Anakin with 2 as well. Now ball punched up in the air, and Anakin the closest offense there. Could have had 3, but sticking at 2 for right now. Another corner kick coming. Last off of AC Connecticut. Rabimbis going through the motions, winds up and fires. Punched up. Murphy had a hand on it. Now a scramble for it. And a goal scored. Morris Elite for right now has their 5th goal. No signal yet. And yeah, I think they're going to say it's a goal, waiting on the referee's reaction, and never mind. No signal, and now they're going to say it's offside. So what could have been a goal for what looked to be for Manning or Martino, both of them were right there, but no, they say offsides. 69:08 through. We still stay at 4, so make it the 2nd goal waved off by offsides. What could have been a 6-0 game sticks at 4. And Anakin trying to set up once again Martino. Rabimbis off of her foot, spinning around, and AC Connecticut comes back up with it as Manning pressuring. AC Connecticut finally, after a couple minutes, moves it across the center line. And Casey up with it, runs into Cavalier again. Here comes Casey. Up ahead, got DePronio in front of her, and it just gets pushed away. Morris Elite doing a phenomenal job on defense as they have numbers. Trying to set up Martino, just a little too far out of her reach, and Dixon gets it and sets it over towards the corner for a throw-in. 70 minutes through, 20 left to go. AC Connecticut's going to have to do a lot here. Is now up ahead. Osterman, a shot just off the left. Ends up in the lacrosse goal. Wrong goal here for Morris Elite, as it's going to be Murphy, the one with the goal kick. Bunch of good opportunities from the Morris Elite. A lot of shots and a lot of time in possession is something to note as well. A lot of time in possession in that third half. Just around where that box is where they've done the majority of their damage. In that half of the zone is now Rabimbis. Over to Andikin. Andikin over in the corner. Crosses one. Pushed up in the air. Still up in the air inside the box. Everybody moves over and it gets pushed away. DePronio, the one with it before it just gets set up back. Root tracking it down and heads it off. Now up ahead. Manning able to steal it away. And Morris Elite once again in control. As Rabimbis not able to hold it. Manning takes it on the pass. A lot of these balls that get sent out just seem to end up in Morris Elite's hands, being at the right place, right time. As Osterman moves around a couple and a ball sent back, Kruger now collects it just a lot faster. And then now looks the way of Rabimbis. Rabimbis over to Andikin. Andikin now sets up Cavalier. Cavalier back to Andikin. And then now Kruger on the receipt and pushed back out. Rabimbis has done a lot in that middle. And then now takes a fall. No whistle blows. And Rabimbis getting up slowly as AC Connecticut trying to set up now as Root just steps in front. So AC Connecticut, it almost feels like really can't get anywhere past this Morris Elite defense. You got to get through all the girls at the top, and then just getting past the defense has been a struggle for them in this one, as Lembrick really hasn't had to face a shot. Now a throw-in coming here for Andikin. She's already got 2 goals out of Mountain Lakes, New Jersey. Double jointed in her elbow. She looks here for the throw in, now in for Manning. Manning takes a step in front of it, and Cavalier just pushes it back. Casey almost in the passing lane. Now up ahead. Rabimbis fires a shot. Murphy plays it off of her hands and sets up. Martino was ranging over. But that's about where Rabimbis scored the last time. Maybe a couple yards closer to the net, but Rabimbis with a good shot there, and Murphy able to get a hand on it. Just boots it back up. Here with 73-23 played so far in this one. And now whistles blow as it seemed to be Osterman who kind of just raised her up. Cascone was the one who took a fall. Now with it, Cascone up ahead for DePronio. The first real opportunity we've seen them really get anywhere near the box as Root takes a fall. Casey shoved her down. A kick coming here for Morris Elite. $16 minutes left to go here in the second half. And a ball kicked up ahead, ranging for Andikin. Just a little too far over her head. As now Rabimbis gets a foot on it. Now tries to set it up. She takes a fall. Lands on her back, does Cascone. And getting up slowly is Rabimbis. As if Rabimbis had kind of got that ball off, you could have set up Anakin, and then you had Osterman as well as Martino coming as well. But you're going to get two of your big scorers out. You're going to get Rabimbis out. You're going to get Kruger out. And then now you've set up something here for Oroshko to come in, as well as another substitute at the same time. It's Natalie Gallo who comes in for Morris Elite. So you've got Oroshko who comes in. You've got Gallo who comes in. The only one still on the bench right now is Amanda Martino. Expect to see her come in at some point. Her sister is in right now, is Ashley Martino. As a free kick coming here. And just set up for Redden. Haven't seen a lot of Redden in this second half. Really haven't seen a lot of any of the defenders in the second half. It's been all offense right now here for the Morris Elite. It's now ball set up. And now over the head of Oroshko. And 75:53 left to go. And you got to think, if you're going to need momentum for AC Connecticut or whatever it would come down to, you want it to kind of come in these last 14 minutes or so, whether it's a goal, whether it's a scoring opportunity. Lembrick has what's felt like almost kind of just stood at the goal for about 30 minutes or so. Kind of proves how good this defense has been. As now whistles blow and a free kick coming here. Just a little too aggressive by Osterman. So the free kick set and ready to come. Mannequin watching as well. She's got 2 goals. She played the full 90 in the last game. The majority of players had come off. Anakin had stayed on. As now Anakin looks up for Osterman. And just the ball a little too far out of her range. If you're just joining us now, Rabimbis had those first 2 goals for the team. The first goal came in that first half, and then 3 quickly, about 6 minutes in to this second half, is when they all kind of just popped on. Anakin got involved as well, and Rabimbis got her second goal. So you got to be thinking 2 in the first, and now 2 in the second game of the season is now an offsides call. Seen a lot of offsides from the Morris Elite. The majority of them have come from Anakin. But now Oroshko charged with the offsides. Haven't seen an offsides from AC Connecticut. The majority of that reason is because they really haven't had a lot of good opportunities. A lot of turnovers for AC Connecticut. That's credited to the defense of Morris Elite as they set up a ball over on the far side. Mullen ranging over, and then now pushed over on the line. Mullen once again sets up. Casey fires his shot. Root gets in front of it. Casey still with it, looking to turn, and then now sets up once again, ranging over. And now taking a fall. No whistles blow, wanting a foul. Ref saw nothing as a ball that gets turned over. Now to the far side. Mullen. Looking to go somewhere with it. Now a ball still ranging over, just on the line. No signal yet on who it's going to be, and it's going to be a corner kick. So Oroshko had an opportunity at it, or actually it was Cavalier who had a shot at it before it went out, but just a little too far away. Gascon going to be the one to kick it. Their second corner kick of the game. First came early on in the first half. As lining up and firing. A ball just a little too long, now off the foot. Anakin sets it and fires back towards the center. As now here comes Martino trying to track it down. Dixon involved as well. That ball flutters out. No signal yet, and they're going to say last off of Connecticut. Martino was ready to pick that ball up, but it just flutters back down the line. Redden punches one over, and Lembrick finally collects. I don't think she's had a goal kick yet this half as Root. A dangerous play there from Lembrick to Root, and Cavaliers going to have it. Anderkin working with the left now, sprints down the line, lost it for a sec, and then now up ahead. Oroshko gets involved as well, and just trying to get it away, and just completely wipes out the pole. That the video is on for the coaches. 79-57 through. And Osterman still doing a good job of playing keep away. Now goes over towards the far side. Manning's there and waiting. Potentially she could be playing the full 90 as now Osterman once again collects. Shot fired, just misses too far right, and Osterman had a good opportunity there. Out of Roxbury, NJ, goes by Jules Osterman. She also played and won in the ECNL Championship. Had an opportunity there just on that top right. Could have went top shelf. Just a little too far. It's now under 10 to go. Up ahead for Anderkin, just a little too far. And Cavalier, just mouth the words, my bad, to Anderkin, trying to set her up once again. So right now the starters in this one, you've had girls come off and on. You've got Osterman, Martino, Anderkin, and then Manning on the far side as well as Oroshko. As now the referees come over to talk. No signal yet on who is coming in. It looks to be Catherine Brogno. As the referees talk, just trying to figure out if they've went over the sub limit or not. So now officially giving the signal that AC Connecticut is done with their subs. If it were to come down to it, it seems like Morris Elite does have one more. They've only subbed twice. So now on the far side, AC Connecticut, 9 left to go. Now here comes Gallagher. Haven't called her name a lot. Haven't really seen her a lot in this one as Martino hits the deck. Another body hits the deck as now Oroshko trying to get involved. And AC Connecticut just runs over 2 Morris Elite players. And then now just sets it back up for the defense. Cascone doing a good job of playing keep away. The only problem is you got to move the ball forward. 7 minutes left to go. You're down by 4. Just trying to get some sort of momentum into their next game as the ball set all the way down. Redden trying to collect it. Now moving over. Casey, a nice little play there. Now sets one through, and Lembrick jumps on top of it. Kind of kicked one up in the air off of her back foot, and Lembrick, the first save she's had to made in this second half. As Oroshko watches the ball go over, sees it on her right foot. And then Manning just sets one up for Osterman. So 7 minutes through. Doing a good job are the Morris Elite as finds a cutting Anderkin. Anderkin's got it on her left. Kind of came off her foot weird. And making her 4th offsides call in this one. Henna Anderkin has had a lot of good opportunities, just timing up those runs just by inches. Her 4th time getting called for offsides. Does have 2 goals in this one. It's now on the far side. As well as with 36 left to go. Figure that this is the final time with AC Connecticut. Driving down. It's Casey, a couple moves. Now moving over. Fires a shot. Bounces off the foot of Root. Ends up in Lembrick. So 2 saves that she's had to make. But going back what I was talking about with 6 minutes left to go, this would be a great time to tell you that you can get your kids into the game with the Morris Elite 2023 summer camps, whether it's soccer and swim, and then also a goaltender camp, a goaltender technical camp. It all starts in just a few weeks. You can register today and be part of the Morris Elite. The camp starts on June 26th. You can go visit at morriselitesoccer.com/summer camps to get involved with the Morris Elite this summer. There's 5.5 left to go, and Murphy looking for somewhere to go as Osterman quickly jumps on the ball, goes through her legs, and now up ahead to DePronio. DePronio up ahead, looking for a pass. Now gives it over. DePronio once again moves around, lost it for a sec. Osterman got a foot on it, and now a ball that gets punched up ahead. Now the opportunities are coming for AC Connecticut. Just, it almost feels like it's a little late. As Osterman comes off to tie her shoe, moves over to the sideline. You got Oroshko over. Now Martino.
Mia, great recovery.
Martino back over to Manning, and then now Manning sets up for Cavaliers. So Morris Elite doing a good job of moving the ball here. Definitely at a slower pace.
Good, Katie. Now get shape, Katie. Good.
Doesn't feel like as it was in that first half where the throttle was to the floor and they were moving balls up there pretty quickly. As Gallo gets it over to Cavalier. Now Manning, now a shot, pushed up and bloops up in the air. Martino up ahead to Murphy. Had an opportunity. Just kind of came off her foot weird. Now ball set up ahead. Casey collecting. Lembrick comes out of net and just kicks it over. Smart heads up play by Lembrick to come out of net. As now you've set up Root. And then now Cavaliers. So 3:40 left to go. Nandikin and Cavalier felt like they've switched spots and then now switched again. And a ball that gets kicked out of bounds, a throw in coming. .320 left to go. Osterman doing a good job of working and now pushes down the left side. And then sets one up now. Gallo fires a shot, just misses to the right, and Murphy watches it go once again. That's been the theme of this day. If it hasn't missed very far for Murphy, she's been under a lot of pressure where that ball for the majority of the time has found the back of the net. Saw it once in the first half with Rabimbis. And then the three coming as well from Rabimbis and then Andikin. Now up ahead, Root plays it off of her foot and now moves over to Osterman. As whistle blows, as ball came kind of off of her back, of her head, kind of weird. No signal yet, but it looks like Mingacho's the one charged with a penalty. If that's the case, free kick coming. It's now Root winding up and getting set to fire once again. Time running out. Definitely a lot less urgency here for the Morris Elite. The only player on the field who might have a good amount of urgency to really put the ball in the back of the net is Andikin, who's looking for that third. Everyone else trying to get involved as well, but Andikin, that little extra of willingness is now a header to Root. It looked like Casey kind of hit Root in the head with trying to head the ball up in the air as we're 1:40 remaining on this one. Some subs are coming in. Amanda Martino is going to come in as well for this last minute 30 or so. Her sister, Ashley Martino, is in as well. So you've got the two sisters on the field at the same time. Just looking ahead towards what's to come for the remainder of the season as Redden flutters one in, headed up, still in, now punched up ahead, and Murphy jumps on it inside the box. Under a minute left to go. Bearing any wild collapse here from Morris Elite. They're going to take this one 4-0. And then looking ahead to their next home games you've got on June 10th at 3:30. They're going to play the Cedar Stars here at Rutgers Newark, and then their next home game being June 17th. 3:30 against the Long Island Rough Riders, the team that placed second place last year. A very good team, also had the same amount of wins as Morris Elite at 8. As a crosser up ahead, Manning heads it in right past Murphy, and Claire Manning and Osterman come alive here with a minute left to go. A beautiful play and a beautiful header. 10 seconds left to go till we hit 90, and Manning makes it a 5-0 game. Just a beautiful play by Osterman, breaking the ankles and setting one up, and just Manning getting right behind the defense, and a great play there. We're already at 90. So you got to think that just the ball that's kicked in with little extra time there is, it's going to be set, and that's going to do it as the referee holds his hands up. And we've got a 5-0 game in favor of the Morris Elite. Morris Elite, it would have been a 4-0 game. Now make it a 5-0 game. Rabimbis had 2. You also had Anakin have 2. And then Claire Manning with 1 as well. So now you've got Rabimbis with 2 goals in the first game. You've also got Anakin with a goal in the second game. Manning has had a goal in both games. Vargas, who's not here today, had a goal in that first game as well. Kroger did not have a goal today, but she did have 2 in the last game. So it's been 11 goals through 2 games. Huge for both the Morris Elite women's and men's program, who is set to kick off in just about an hour or so. But regardless, for everybody here, the production team of Morris Sussex Sports, as well as for the Morris Elite, their next home game will be against Cedar Stars here at Rutgers Newark. 3:30 before the boys' game goes off at 6:30. They do win this one today, 5-0 against AC Connecticut. For everybody here, Morris Sussex Sports, and I'm Nick Carlson. Right here, we'll see you in the boys' game about an hour or so, right here on Morris Sussex Sports. Tries to set up Duchitz. Duchitz on the corner, sends over a cutter. Kroger collects it, and then a ball punched out. Rabimbis sets it up now for Cavalier, and a shot saved away, but couldn't collect it as now Kroger comes up, and finally Murphy jumps on it. And this just trying to put it right in the center. Got Kruger there, Gallagher, Root, Anakin, Manning on the outside as well. Ball set in a little too far once again. Now headed up, and a beautiful arch shot. There's Rabimbis up ahead. Kroger now. Kroger's got Manning to her left. Goes that way. Finds a cutting Manning. A little too far out of her range. Anakin collects, fires, and scores. Whistle blows, though, at the last second. Oh, good job defensively. Stepping in front of passes. A lot of interceptions so far in this one. As Rabimbis fires a shot to the right and scores. Rabimbis from outside the box. A beautiful. Now up ahead. Cavalier over to Rabimbis. Rabimbis looking for Kruger, trying to time the run. Up ahead, Kruger ranging down, a slide tackle. No whistle blows, and Murphy jumps on the ball. Kruger got her legs taken out from underneath. Is now a little. Other than that, it's not a lot happening from the corner kicks. This ball set in, headed up, and over and in. Goal scored, finally off the corner kick. 5th time's the charm for Morris Elite. Now up once again, and just a little too far out of position was Osterman as Rabimbis fires a shot and scores. Rabimbis make it 2, and now they're coming in bunches here. But 6-1 right now for Henna Anakin is now Kroger. Sets up with it. Duchitz on the far side. Crosses one up. Inside. Anakin once again. A beautiful assist and a goal from Henna Anakin. Rabimbis going through the motions. Winds up and fires. Punched up. Murphy had a hand on it. Now a scramble for it. And a goal scored. Morris Elite for right now has their 5th goal. Island Rough Riders, a team that placed second place last year. A very good team, also had the same amount of wins as Morris Elite at 8. As a crosser pad, Manning heads it in right past Murphy, and Claire Manning and Osterman